Let's center ourselves and close our eyes, uplift our gaze. We'll start the satsang with a prayer, a chant, and a meditation. Heavenly Father, Divine Mother, Friend, Beloved God, the Great Masters, Jesus Christ, Babaji Krishna, Lehri Mahashay, Swami Shri Yukteswar, Beloved Guru, Paramhansa Yogananda, saints and sages of all religions, humbly we bow at your feet. O Great Ones, we invoke your presence today in this satsang and throughout this day, that you flow through us and give us an opportunity to not get involved in our little egoic self. Expand us in the soul self through our thoughts, our words, our actions, and through our service. Make us a perfect instrument throughout this day to serve each and every one wherever you will place us as your willing instrument. Om.
Okay, am I audible now? All right. Good morning. Let's start with the chant. How shall I love thee, God, and how shall I serve you? How shall I love thee, Lord my God, with every breath I breathe? How shall I love thee, Lord my God, with every Make sure we are in a proper meditative posture. Close your eyes, focus at point between eyebrows. Let's meditate for 5 minutes. We can make this meditation as one of the deepest one which we have done in this week. Just give yourself and God full attention right now through breath.
So let us end this meditation with the affirmations of for self-healing. We'll be looking into the formation of service today. So, service is ennobling. It is a way of offering our human littleness into the great reality that is God. Service should not be given with the thought that one is serving people merely. It should be given with an inward consciousness to the Lord who resides in all creatures. When we serve others in the Spirit, we find our own spirits becoming free from egotism. Peace then fills us in the realization that there isn't anyone with whom we need to compete. What joy to think that we belong to God. Now let us repeat the affirmation. We'll be repeating 3 times with different tone and once silently. So with a loud tone, repeat after me. I will serve God through others. And by my service to Him, release the hold the ego has on me. I am free in God. In God I am free. Now with a little less. I will serve God through others. And by my service to Him, release the hold the ego has on me. I am free in God. In God I am free. Now, in a subtle voice, almost whispering, I will serve God through others. And by my service to Him, release the hold the ego has on me. I am free in God. In God I am free. Now, completely silently, I will serve God through others. And by my service to Him, release the hold the ego has on me. I am free in God. In God I am free. Now let us say this prayer. You can say it mentally. All that I do, Lord, I do for love of Thee. Accept the flower of my service to Thee as I place them on Thy altar of omnipresence. Om. Now I invite Niyatti to come and share her experience.
Okay. Good morning. Abhiruchi, is this mic okay? Is this good? Thank you. All right, so welcome one more time to the Sunday Satsang. And Narayani and Shurjo this week shared with us that let's have a satsang about the power of Seva. And we were like, okay, let's have the power of Seva and share our experience. Each one of us or many of us have the avenues where we can go and serve and we can experience the power of Seva. But in this case today, we are going to share with all of you all that what is the power of Seva when we are serving at Ananda Cafe. So, are you all ready to play a little game? It's like a guess game. Are you willing to do so? All right. So you have to complete and guess the word on the theme that I have selected for the experience that I want to share with all of you all. The power of Seva at Ananda Cafe is like dash in motion. You cannot guess it now. Let me just share my experiences. And then you can share exactly what's the word that's coming to all of you all. All right, so many of you have visited the cafe and some of you are yet to visit. So would like to give you a virtual tour at Ananda Cafe. The movement you take, so there are the steps, there are long white steps. The moment you step in, first step, second step, third step, you start seeing all the tables and the guests are sitting on the tables. At some table, at one of the table, there's a work going on. At any other table, there's like friends coming together, chit-chatting, having good time after the college day or work day or whatever. And that's when the energy shift starts. Then you step inside the area where we have other more tables under the AC, and then the thought starts coming to you. How am I going to serve today? What am I supposed to do? Is everything in place? Are the baristas all ready and awake to serve all the guests who are coming in? And that's exactly what happens when we think of sitting in meditation. The thoughts keep on coming, sometimes good thoughts, sometimes bad thoughts, but our willingness is, I want to meditate, and we sit for meditation. And when we sit for meditation, we keep our posture, as Rajesh just helped us to know that the posture should be always straight, spine should be straight. So we step inside the cafe. Now we are inside area, and there's this counter table there. So we first go and sit there, and we keep our spine straight. And we try to close our eyes and see entire cafe there. I mean, this is my experience. Sorry, I'm saying we again, but this is my experience that I'm sharing it. And we try to scan the entire cafe, outside area, inside area, all the guests, all the baristas, everything there itself. And as we are scanning, the thoughts are coming on, coming and going, coming and going. And then literally we have change of guards, as in we have change of Seva, the volunteers who are taking who was serving before me or after me. We are supposed to kind of hand over what happened in that half or that hours of day. So the exchange is happening at that point in time. We are now getting more and more in the bhav of serving at the cafe. So now all the thoughts are out, we are centered, we are keeping our spine straight, we are closing our eyes, and we are focusing at the point between the eyebrows. So by now, at the cafe, the seva is being changed. And now our awareness is right here. We are scanning each and every table. What's happening on every table? Is there a glass on that table? Is the guest wanting something else? Is there a menu card kept there? And so on, And then the awareness is completely on all the tables and the guests who are sitting right there. And now is the time to keep our concentration or awareness at the nostrils, because now we are breathing. What are we doing in the cafe? We are breathing that consciousness of service. We breathe in and we breathe out. We go from one table to second table to third table to fourth table to fifth table, and we are constantly breathing in and breathing out. And then is the time to do a technique called Hong Saw, which Yogananda has given to all his disciples. And that's the technique where we are going more and more inward. That's the time where we are going to each and every table, asking the guests, how was the day? How can I help you? What would you like to, have today? Hot coffee, cold coffees, iced teas, any kind of food that you want to have. So here's the point I'm trying to put across, my friends, that this is the time when we are doing Hong Saw in meditation. Exactly at this time at the cafe, we are going deeper in knowing our guests, knowing their needs, knowing that what they will want today from the cafe, what they are going to take with them when they go out of the cafe. And that's how we go deeper and deeper and deeper to each and every tables and guests and talk with them. All right, now comes in our meditation the time where we say, as we do more and more Hong Saw, we say that I am He, which is Hong Saw. I am the universe. I am that. And as we try to talk to each and every guest, we feel that we are them. We just feel that, okay, we exactly now are coming to the point that what kind of a coffee should we suggest? What kind of, iced tea should we suggest? What kind of pizza should we suggest? And that's how the Hong Sau is taking place at that point in time. Now comes the time to be more and more still, more and more inward, more and more focused and concentrated. That's the memory test. Because the customers are all excited to give, okay, I want veggie bagel, I want Gyan iced tea, I want pizza, I want this coffee, this flavor, that flavor. Will you make a sandwich which I want, like make your own sandwich? And we have to focus and concentrate everything what they are trying to tell us. Either we write it down properly with concentration or just play the memory game at that point in time. And honestly, I do that. I play memory game. I go to the baristas and try to check my memory at that point in time, and most of the time it is correct. So then we generate the KOT, which is kitchen order ticket, new terms, and we give it to the baristas. And there is another story, with the baristas and housekeeping staff and everything. So as we are going more and more still, we are trying to get more inward. We are trying to prepare ourselves to do a communion with God. Here we have taken the order. We have gone to the baristas. They are making the food ready. That means at the cafe, now is the time to serve the food to all the guests. And exactly, we take our food, we serve the food, we take care of each and every detail, Do they have mixed herbs and chili flakes? Do they have ketchup on their table? Do they have spoon in the ketchup to take it properly in the table? And that's how I feel God is helping God. God is serving God. We are in communion with God. And then again, we cannot be passive. As we cannot be passive in our meditation, we have to be active, keep the energy high all the time. And there comes a customer. I didn't order this. This is not according to my order. Could you please take this back? Or the customer would have a desire. Half coffee is already been consumed. He or she will ask, can you please hot this coffee one more time for me? Or they will order one coffee and they'll say, can I have 1/2 from this? The coffee is already made, the cup is already ready. When the cup is on the table, can I have 1/2? Well, okay, that's exactly in the meditation when the thought starts coming in. When we are inward, we are still, we are ready to communion with God. The thoughts disturb us. And sometimes such things from such demands or such desires from our guests disturbs the flow. But then we open the tools, as the tools that Yogananda has given us, the smile, being even-minded there and there, and patience. And what we do? Sure, ma'am. Sure, sir. We'll take your coffee in, give it to our baristas, make them understand, okay, first let's smile. They want it this way. Let's serve it this way to them. And then we go back again and serve the coffee as accordingly they want. So the meditation is still going on, table to table. We have 11 tables, by the way, and sometimes the 11 tables are just not enough because the guests over the weekend are just coming in to experience Ananda Cafe. And that's when is now the time to sit in silence. Can we do that at the cafe? No, we can't, outwardly. But that's when the time we get the feedbacks from the customer. The pizza was amazing. Oh, the coffee is so tasty. I'm going to get my family here. I'm going to get my friends here. I'm thinking of celebrating my birthday here. Wow. God is responding. He liked the way we served that day. He's responding. And that's the silence, exactly what we are trying to have. And then comes the time of closing the meditation, where we try to see that, did we serve blessings in a cup to each and everyone who came to Ananda Cafe? Because that's what Ananda Cafe is, blessings in a cup. And we feel, at least we feel, yes, we did. And we celebrate. We send them out saying that we'll see you soon. Come again. We greet them. And with the hope that they are going to come back again and we are going to serve exactly the same way, or maybe a little more deeper. We just are taking that away as a reflection of that particular day. And that's how it is. That's how service at the cafe is. As not all meditations are very powerful, so all day serving at cafe is not that powerful. But we are growing. We are 6 months old now, and we are learning each and every day how to serve better and better and better and better and better and give. One day I'm sure that we'll get the trick of it or secret of it. And then let's see, we'll have many Ananda coffees all around the city. And all of you perhaps are going to serve with us. So thank you, Jai Guru. I want to know, did you get what is that word? The power of Seva at Ananda Cafe is the power of dash in motion. Yay! Thank you all for your patience, and thank you, Narayani Shurjo, for giving us an opportunity to share our experiences with all of you. Those who have not come to cafe as yet, please come. We are going to serve you blessings in a cup. Thank you. And now we have our friend and sister Rima going to share her experiences.
Okay, that's a really good one to live up to, Niyatti. You know, I love Niyatti. She's one of the best people to serve with at the cafe. I think, of course, all of them. I love all of them. But, Niyatti has this childlike quality in her, and she explains everything so beautifully. When she said, I'm going to talk about meditation in motion, I was like, okay, how's that going to go? And that was fabulous. So thank you, Niyatti. I think one of the things that I would like to focus on with serving at the cafe is, just willingness. I think this is one of the things that I learned during this last 6 months, actually 2 months before that, of just showing up, taking projects on with Ananda, with Narayani and Shurjo, just with the entire team, just showing up. And then slowly and steadily, as the project started evolving, you don't even know what you're getting into. There's all this energy around you. You have all this potential, all of these experiences that in life that you've had with your work, with your children, with family. And we never really put everything together or make sense of it. Growing up, I think one of the things, at least we were told is, you do your one good deed for the day, and then, you're blessed. One good deed for the day. And I think, serving has taught me that it's not just that one deed for the day. It's that deed for the day and all through the day. And then it just becomes a way of life. And serving at the cafe or just at the ashram or any of the other projects, that's always been that experience of just being able to do that deed all day long. And I think most of the inspiration also comes from just being in tune. Like today, I just realized all three of us are wearing the same color, and neither one of us discussed this. And that's just how much in tune we are. I show up and I close sometimes with Niyatti. Sometimes Mayra's opening and I'm there finishing the earlier shift. And it's lovely to be together, to know each other so well. I probably now know what each one of them actually enjoys drinking or eating. When we serve at the cafe, I think it's nice to be able to understand the customers. It's nice to be able to understand the Guru Bhais who you serve with. It's nice, all of that, it just falls in place. There's a beautiful energy around us. And I think that's one of the things that everybody who comes to the cafe experiences. But the only thing that we always hear from customers who are not Kriyabandhs, or who have no clue who Paramahansa Yogananda is, or who have no idea what is this little white, pink, and blue place close to the beach. They come and they sit there and they spend hours. And I think when they leave or when they've just had their first cup of coffee, the one thing that they always say is, this place has an amazing vibe. And there's just this mad smile on all of us. And we're like, yeah, we know. We feel this all day long, and we're glad that you felt it too. And these people, they just keep coming back. And we have regulars. We know their orders. We know what they work on. We're actually part of maybe multiple careers, at the cafe. There are musicians. I mean, it's wonderful. And, I think that this opportunity to be able to serve at the cafe would have, never happened if that willingness wasn't there, that recognizing that, it's not enough to just put things in motion, but it's also important to see it fall through. And that's what this service has kind of taught me, at least, to see things through. And then, showing up every single day and then dealing with all of the challenges that also come along, because not every day is going to be easy. There are difficult moments, very difficult moments actually, when you want to lose your head, you want to shout, you want to throw things, and deal with it the way you usually deal with. And I've seen that I have changed that aspect in my life, because that's what the service aspect showed me, that if I request it, or if I speak about it, or if I express it in a different way, I think I'll achieve the same result as just me saying that, throw this and do this, So, yeah, I think it brought about a huge change in my life, just being able to balance my thoughts the way I am around people, because there are 30 people sitting at a cafe, and there's no way that you can shout, and these are people who don't know you. So, how do you find yourself? How do you center yourself? And this is where the meditation comes in place. How do you fix that part of your life? And it flows through naturally. And when you're talking to people, you can't shout. So similarly, when the challenges come, you're just, I'm sorry, I don't know your name. Yeah, I think we met at the cafe a couple of days ago when you just, I think you had come in with your wife. Sorry, sister. Sorry. And, I saw Niyatti come up and, meet you very lovingly. And, the first thought that came to my mind was, oh, he's one of us, So it's nice that we don't even meet people throughout the day, but it's just, that these are people who've come because, not because they've heard about the cafe, but they've heard that there are Guru Bhais serving here. And I think that's what we exchange. Like, you're here today, we have no connection otherwise, and it's amazing, because at some level I know we'll serve together, and that's a beautiful feeling. So I think that for me, that's the power of Seva, to be able to just let go of everything, expectationless, and the fruits, of course, you get returns in very different ways, and they're far more higher returns than what we're used to. There's a feeling of contentment, satisfaction, and that comes from that seva. And it's inexplainable, and I think that everybody should experience it. So it would be nice to have lots more of you come and help and serve, not just at the cafe, but at so many other projects. We can all be doing so many different things together. So yeah, that's about it. That's my cue. But thank you. Mayra's going to come and say a few words.
Namaste, Guru family. I'm Mayra here. I hope I'm audible.
Please hug out.
Is better? Thank you. Okay, so we've all heard this, silence is the altar of God, right? Silence is where we can meet God. Yeah? What is opposite of silence? Sound, different type of sounds. Loud sounds, pleasant sounds, uplifting sounds. Yeah? And I was listening to one satsang by Seva, he's in Palo Alto, if I'm right, about power of Swamiji's music. And he kept on saying in that intuition is simple, and intelligence is complex. A lot of thoughts, a lot of noise. So now going back to the end of last year or early this year, when I asked masters, what should I be looking for this 1 year, the coming year, 2022? And they gave me 3 things. I'm sure it will be common. Some of them or all would be common. One was face your fears. Second one was balance your emotions, like, reduce the emotional reactivity. And third was being inclusive. Now, the first 2 were very common. I think many of us would be working. Being inclusive was something I was curious how to work on. First 3 months were really bad. सब कुछ था, बुरी तरह से fear था, बहुत emotions आ रहे थे, inclusive का तो कुछ पता ही नहीं था. Came 7th April 2022 when Ananda Cafe opened, and I was one of the Guru Bhais volunteered to serve. Initial days, when you create something, there is a lot of Rajasic energy because we need to create, we need to finish things. So learning new things, the menu, the system, and how to serve, it was too much of Rajasic energy. But we had a master behind. If people who have come, they know. We have beautiful books in the cafe, and paintings by Naya Swami Jyotish, beautiful ambience. And one thing which was, again, very, very deep, which I understood much later, was the power of music. The music that was playing all the time in the cafe. Slowly and steadily, we all, got the hang of things to be done, and things started settling. Come May, I was required to serve a little longer. And initially, we were quite a few of people, but in May, due to many things. So I was, I think, serving 2 to 10, almost 4 to 5 days a week. And being there in that place, I didn't realize that initially in the first few days, but over the period, my soul was soaking in the music, the beautiful, uplifting music of Swamiji, the chants, the instrumental. We all have heard of music therapy. I won't go in deep into details, but it's there in Google. We all know how it helps to elevate moods, it helps to balance. So my soul was soaking that, and there came few challenging moments, but I actually had to face the fear. And I realized that I could go into the stillness before. I was getting more quieter, although then there was a lot of noise outside. And somewhere I had a conversation with Master that, okay, when I'm here, when I'm in the cafe, I can tune into music and it's making me still. And in one meditation, I just asked him that when I'm not in the cafe, what do I do? So I tuned into the image of stillness that I wanted to, the quietness, and I got a 5-pointed star that I placed myself. I got a sensation of coolness, a warm, snug, not a chilly coolness, warm, snug coolness around me, and the fragrance of roses. And I tried using this in different ways when I'm not at the cafe, when I really needed to be quiet and still my thoughts and tune into the silence, when I'm really facing fears, some fearful moments. And it helped. I could face things which I never thought, which I would have been like, run away from, So that was one thing that really helped me. I didn't know it was the music that was playing. It took me really, really long time to understand that. Emotional reactivity, we know music really is a therapy. So I didn't know, I thought I was serving as the cafe, but I didn't realize the music was serving me manifold. I could get over my PTSD, I could get over many fears that were affecting me related to that. And I started opening up. I started to become more joyful, more balanced. And now comes be inclusive. Now I have 2 daughters. Yeah, both are very different people. We generally tune to people whom, we share similar thoughts, and we have this thing as my vibe, my types, and someone whom we do not actually, I don't say that they are not right, but they have difference of opinions, different perspectives. We generally try to reject them mentally. We feel they're different, they're not our type. And at the same time, we want them to listen to us. But what are we doing? Mentally rejecting them. With the rejection, we cannot attune, we cannot accept them, they cannot change. The similar thing in the family, I had to open myself up to a different perspective and expand myself. Now come to the cafe. When I'm at the cafe for say 2 hours, 6 hours, that's my family. There are different type of people for different reasons. The baristas are here to earn money. The customer wants to enjoy the meal, enjoy the ambience. I'm here to serve. There would be good moments, bad moments. Now, I had to work very differently. Where am I rejecting something? How can I include them and create internal harmony? And how will that, help in the cafe? So before I would enter the cafe, I would do a visualization. I would, expand my heart, bring the cafe in my heart, bring masters and just offer it up. So, and I would accept anyone, everyone. Some days I would know who was there in the cafe, the baristas or anyone else. Some days I would just not. I would just accept it. That helped me understand that everybody is here for a different perspective, and I do not need to reject them. I may not agree to many things to them. I don't need to actually many times, but as long as I'm just accepting their reality, including them in my aura, I could create an inner harmony which I could really spread in the cafe. And this thing, I started doing it in my own personal life, not rejecting people whom I thought were difficult, whom I had really concerns with, whom I thought didn't understand me. And slowly, I started receiving people who really started understanding me. I could have difficult conversations which were very fearful. I would really be scared, but they would end up in harmony. So these things, which like before April 27th April, I was a completely different person. But 6 months being in the cafe, the most important thing that worked for me was music. Swamiji's music was just working on my soul at so many different levels. It was giving me therapy, it was helping me be a better person. And every time I would enter the cafe and leave out, I would be a little different. Every time, I would be a little different. It took me a lot of time to understand now. So for me, 7th of April was a portal that I entered of self-transformation. What I was then, what I am now, I think I'm a completely different person. Lot more to work on, but I think service has served me much more, manifold. I've received much more from serving with different people. Like when you're in the ashram, we all have one general agenda, like trying to uplift ourselves and master. But in the cafe, it's completely different. We have housekeeping staff and different things. So it was like how Niyatti said, God serving God. So everyone was God. We would see Master Swamiji in everyone, in every situation. How do I serve? How do I uplift this situation? And it was really, really, really beautiful experience for me, serving in the cafe. I'm really grateful for Ananda Cafe. I'm really grateful for Masters, Nayrini Shurjo. And I really, really advise everyone to really, whoever has not come to experience this, as Niyatti said, we serve blessings in a cup. And one more thing I would like to add is, in all these things, Master kept telling us a lot of, that let us, be in a center, be in a center. But yesterday I heard a young man saying, "Apna Wi-Fi ka password apne paas rakho." And I thought of it, like we always, anything happening, we blame others, we expect others, if that person was behaving right, if this was right, if the coffee was right, if that person was not. When we share our password, what happens is that buffering happens. We cannot, the strength reduces. Similarly, when we give our physical password, our mental password to others, we blame, our energy gets reduced. So what he taught me is reduce expectations, go within your center, face your fears, be emotionally balanced, be inclusive, and everything in life will be offered to you. And that's what he has done. Thank you so much. Yeah, so the password of Ananda Cafes, please don't share it. Please don't share it. Is joy is within you.
Om Namo Narayana. 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 Om Namo
Can we all stand and maybe we'll do a short healing prayer to end this satsang? Niyatti, Mayra, would you like to join me? Let's say a small healing prayer for all those who have visited the cafe, who have enjoyed a few good moments with us, and for all those who may come in the future. Divine Mother, Thou art omnipresent. Thou art in all Thy children. Manifest Your healing presence. In all bodies. All minds. And all souls. Just rub your hands. Om